Why would you not marry this round? Yeah, you're sexy. Auntie Colette, you stop being that sexy. You stop it right now. You stop it. How you doing? No, this was my go-to. This was my line. This was my move back in the day. And it worked. No, how you doing? But the good... It only worked because it was cute and they'd giggle and they come... Well, if they giggled, we did not work out. It made them notice me. But if it was awesome, if you were on my side and you had a profile view, you'd probably wonder what the heck I was doing. Ooh, because I couldn't actually do this. Oh, that's the first time in my life I've actually done that. It's kind of gross now. Woof. No, but why is that Auntie, you got us confused. Why is that the first time, but you just did it before? I'll tell you why, because even though I did this throughout my entire 20s, man, it was like throwing a worm in the water. Zing. Caught one every time. How do you think I got old Uncle Mike? He said, first thing I saw was eyebrows being licked, and the next thing I knew I was married. Anyways, I actually couldn't do this because obviously if I did that, it would erase my eyebrows, and that defeated the purpose, because then the men would run. You got to wait till you get them real hooked before you reveal the fact that you are a victim of the 90s tweezing. No, actually, I kind of like it because I know now that is a sign that we are a chosen generation of peculiar people. Because how is it an entire generation of people in the 90s did something that people have done since the beginning of tweezers? Well, and probably figured out something to do before that with like chopsticks or sticks outside or something. I don't know, their fingernails. Tweezing. And oopsie poopsie, I went too far up. Oh no, wait a second. I lost my whole tail. That's all right. Meh. It'll grow back. 15 years later. In fact, it did not grow back. 30 years later, still not back. Waiting in a minute. They said they were just going for cigarettes. Anyways, what was I thinking about? Oh, so anyways, I had to do this. Oh yeah, nobody knew from afar. So it still got the point across. How you doing? But I've never once actually touched my eyebrows until just now. And, really shouldn't have. It's kind of unsanitary. Not sexy at all. Meh, it worked. Oh, God, I forgot something. Y'all, but who wouldn't marry this? Serious? Oh, this doesn't matter. I got to tell you something. I was tossing around this theory, just telling Mike that I had heard this. I heard it on the Tiki Talk, so it must be true. There's a theory that our entire world, and I could get on board with this. I could get on the council board on this and learn more before I say nay. There's a theory that our entire world is not what we think. Well, we know that. I got my own proof of that. But even more so, what you're seeing isn't what you're seeing. The part that gets me is sitting on a chair. That's a tricky part. Everything you're seeing is actually mass, condensed, huge, massive particles of light. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I told Uncle Mike this, and he said, oh, everything, like this chair, the counter, the rock counter, everything? I'm like, It's just being projected, and it's super, super condensed, and we perceive it as this. And I don't know if I really probably got to get into it more. It might be one of those double split theory things that it doesn't become something. Hold on. It doesn't become something until you perceive it, right? I don't know. It might be a mess behind me. Don't care. I am, yeah, there you go. We'll just give you that. That's not. We're backing. It could be a double split theory where something does not actually exist until it is viewed, perceived. Yeah. Oh, man. If I was a scientist in that lab, I'd be like, gotcha. Gotcha. Try to sneak up on that little atom. I would. I'd either get a raise or get fired. Almost got him. No. Anyways, there is a theory that some believe that, actually, I want to say, I don't know if it was Einstein. Yeah. And double split. Anyways, look it up. Double split theory. When you leave a room, that room doesn't exist. When you aren't somewhere, if you're not perceiving something, it fails to exist. Only the moment it is perceived shall it exist. That's what I used to tell my ex. Shut up. until I tell you I perceive you, you don't exist, dude. I forgot to remind him. Oh no, I forgot to tell him totally that I was perceiving him again. Whoops. Shucks. I woke up in a mood today. What's the whole point? Oh, anyways, so I'm just cute. I wanted to share this with you. I was telling Uncle Mike, there is a theory that everything you see here, my ring, the counter, the floor, our house, the car we drive, this is where it's like, who's to say, you know? He goes, so you're saying everything is just light, mass condensed light. I said, huh? Yep, that's what the theory says. He goes, I may have a teensy little online spinning situation that I picked up after my surgery because I was sad. I wanted to fill that sadness up. Anyway, and plus I like buying stuff. It's not expensive. Oh, it's not. Anywho, so he says, so you're telling me that all this stuff that you buy, it's all light? It's not all this stuff. It's not this stuff that you think it is. Is that right? So he said, so you're telling me that everything in this house is not real. The shampoo bottle, none of it's real, right? I'm holding it in my hand and it is not what I think it is. It's mass condensed light. I said, yes, that's what this series says. And he goes, all of the stuff that you have bought, that you've collected over the years. I think he was trying to find the very polite married term for all this crap that you bought in her lifetime. It's not crap. A girl can have 12 Twinkie lip kits. It's not a problem. I have storage. Look, it was impossible to get for 2 months. He goes, so it's just condensed light. I said, yes, that's it. Correct. And he said, because you got a lot of crap. And I said, well, I guess you could say I got a lot of light. I think he's still downstairs speechless. That's how I left him. Or is he? Because I'm not perceiving him. Is he even down there? I hope so, because we're going to Park City for my birthday. That's tomorrow. And it'd be a little bit more fun to have somebody go, I better go perceive my husband so he can get back to laughing at my cuteness. Have a good morning. Mwah. I love you so big. And remember, if you can be anything today, be the light.